Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you so much for being here today. I greatly appreciate you. It is March 9th, 2021, and welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings and messages for the day. For those that are new, welcome, welcome. I have a format I do. It's pretty much basically the same and has been for a while. It will be evolving. I mean, there's always room for change. I change my tarot and my oracle messages and, divinations from the beginning of the month to the mid-months. So we are on the featured sign today of Libra. So what happens is I take two sun signs every day. The first is what we call the featured, because I go around my beautiful astrology wheel, starting with Aries and ending with Pisces. And Libra is kind of in the middle right now. So almost through with the mid-months next week. And we'll start the beginning of the month, and we'll start right back up with the mid-months. So what I do though is right in front of you, for this featured sign of Libra, I will roll the dice and Spirit will tell us exactly who this highlighted connection needs to be. I don't know what this means, particularly. It's definitely a general reading, so it has different meanings, or this particular connection is some way going to help you or be something that's positive, even if you don't know this particular sign yet. Which I always find exciting, because when people comment and let me know, they then kind of, ooh, that's so interesting. That is so interesting. Wow. Okay, let me explain to you what happened. I'm not going to do it, actually, and I'll explain why. Your featured sign, Libra, is Leo. But 2 days ago, Leo had you as a highlighted sign. So, I meant to say your highlighted sign, Libra. So, I'm not going to do that. I don't do two in a row like that. There's too many combinations, and I want to make sure everybody gets a fair, square reading. But this is my example. Something is very, very prevalent, and if it comes up in the mid-month readings, I promise I will, definitely read, because that's going to be even more potent. But there's still stuff happening with a Leo and Libra out there, a very good percentage. But I'm going to move on to one more toss of the dice to see what other highlighted connections Spirit wants to bring up for you for today. And the highlighted, of course, means you get 3 additional messages under 3 major categories that I read to you. And those categories usually complete most questions about any kind of situation having to do with your relationship, no matter what kind of relationship this is. So, and I hope that's the case for you. Then I move on to the Oracle Divinations, and this is going to be for every single beautiful Libra and every one of their love connections, no matter what it may be. So let's see what this is. Aquarius, fantastic, unbelievable. So we have 2 air signs. Yesterday we had 2 earth signs. Obviously, and many times, that's the best connection, when you have somebody who has I shouldn't say that though, I have to retract that. It is an amazing, beautiful connection. There's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of harmonious energies of just that foundational understanding and basis to how you live your lives. You're both air signs. You both live from your mind. You're both very interested in learning and educating yourself and others, higher learning, expansion of the mind. You think constantly. That is how you, like I said, you do everything in your life. It's about how things are done from the chin up. Now, that's a masculinity kind of energy, okay? It's a masculine versus feminine. But what's interesting, Libra, is that you are a masculine sign in the sense that you're the air I just spoke of, but you do have your ruling planet Venus, so that is extremely feminine. So although your day-to-day achievements and goals stem from how you can best think your way through things, strategize, which then leads to amazing abilities to communicate and to connect, something I'm not able to do just yet as well. Hopefully by the end of this shadow period of Mercury retrograde, as I've said pretty much the whole time. I hope that's going to change. Well, we'll see. It usually does. But I digress. It is just seriously about the fact that you have this very masculine kind of, like you want to completely eliminate and detach yourself from emotion when it comes to what you need to do. You have that capability. It's not that you don't have emotions. I always say that. You're very emotional, very caring, very sensitive. Libra's main thing is they love relationships of all kinds. They love being in a romantic relationship. My goodness, that's the Venus influence you've had all your life, where it's love and it's magic and it's it's almost this fairy tale kind of like idealistic idea of what love can be. And you're determined to have that. You're determined to create that the best you can. You want fairness. You want justice in your relationships. You want an equal partnership. It's a constant thing with balance with Libras. That is why they present the scales. And there's that duality. Sometimes they're balanced, sometimes they're not. And when they're not, you can tell. They're just not that generally peaceful, considerate, tactful kind of person. They kind of feel a little bit on edge, or they're trying and striving to figure out what is that balance and how is that going to make things better. It's always key in their mind. They're cardinal signs, so they're very much about doing. They like to keep busy. They like to be active. They're usually very social. A lot of times socialites, and definitely, once again, creative with the Venus influence. Artistic comes to mind, very talented, very intuitive. They have a lot, I know a lot of people, at least, that are in the field of astrology, esoteric type of learnings and things. I've been interested in this since day one, and when I was 12 is when I started recognizing the compatibility between signs. That never ceases to amaze me. And the reasons behind it, which make a lot of sense. So hopefully I can teach you something today if you're not fully aware. A lot of people know, and they just say, okay, what's my deal for today? What's the message for today, MaryAnne? Get with the program here. And that's what I'm going to do for you. So that's the initial, most, standout kind of personality traits of Libras. And then you have Aquarius. And what's cool is this is a very, very Aquarius-oriented year. We all get that kind of time. We all have the time and the year when Jupiter's in our sign, which is happening for Aquarius. And it happens every 12 years. So the opportunities that can come about in the lives of Aquariuses this year are pretty much unmatched compared to other years. And also, there's a predominance right now with Saturn and Jupiter kind of being neck to neck this whole year. Complete opposition in energies, one being very constrictive and focused and, like our taskmaster, which is what the Saturn energy provides. But at the same time, it's got that Jupiter energy just right there, balancing it out and saying, okay, I won't ask for all of it, but I definitely want it to be easier and I want it to be something. So that's what's going to happen. It's going to be this kind of a tug of war, pull kind of thing, but in a kind of beautiful, synchronistic way. Anybody that's an air sign or fellow air sign, such as yourself, Libra, Gemini, we have Mars in Gemini right now, so there's almost that triad this day happening, where there's that pull and that wish to go forward, to be fair, to go and strive for things that we've never thought we could do before, and have that faith and strength, which is what Mars is, and have the direction we want to go. The focus is going to be there with Saturn. That's another beautiful aspect of Saturn. It keeps us on target, on track, and well, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, so there's unpredictable surprises and out of the blue kind of amazing transformations that can happen. Yes, there's some negative ones, of course. Those negative ones can then lend to the most beautiful transformations and blessings that you didn't see originally. It's a beautiful time. We have all planets stationed forward because the very last shadowy period of Mercury retrograde, as I mentioned, is ending on the 13th. In present time, astrology-wise, which always connects with Tarot, and it's something that you can watch as I always like to say, your roadmap to life, or not. It will happen regardless. But if you're aware of it, sometimes it helps, and it doesn't mean it has to be a certain way. There's always options. It's giving you the green light in certain ways and the energies that'll be there for you. I always find it to be positive, even when it's times that aren't particularly comfortable. Those get you to a stronger place in your life. There's a lot of strength here, and a lot of determination, and a lot of willingness to open your mind to things you haven't before this year, and then the years following. Right now we're in the season of Pisces, and we will be through the 20th. And Pisces is all about love and compassion. It is about the deepest sensitive part of us. The part that wants to be selfless, the part that wants to go out of way to help other people. That is what Pisces is about. Now, that's happening right now as we're in the season of Pisces. Happy birthday, all Pisces that might be watching because you like a Libra. And there's messages here that might come very clearly to you. And I know a lot of Libras that are very connected to Pisces, myself included. Also, we're going to have a stellium of stars because the new moon in Pisces is on the 13th. At that very given time, we're having the new moon in Pisces. It'll be the sun in Pisces, the moon. It'll be Venus and Neptune. So I am talking about one of the most beautiful opportunity times, powerful times for each and every one of us to be able to provide ourselves with the absolute trust and freedom and intention to create whatever it is we want to create. This is going to be monumentous. Use this if you can. Write down your intentions. I will be, of course, lighting my new intentions candle that day. And I always want to say, and this is important because I know I've done this myself, be very clear on what you want because it's going to come. And it's always better to have, I'm not asking you to say the exact outcome, in fact, just the opposite. Have a very clear vision and a very strong feeling about what it is you want to bring into your life, okay? Imagine it, believe it, see it, achieve it. All those things that they say about manifesting can become very much a reality for you. Now remember the main two real noted tarot signs or cards for Pisces are the Hangman, which is about being patient, seeing things from a different perspective, knowing that you are always completely, totally guided. If it's not your own higher power, which is a very strong part of who Pisces are, they're very full of wisdom. They just know things. And they are the 12th sign in the zodiac. They have a little bit of every single sign. They're known as the old soul with past lifetimes, regeneration, you know, the circle of life, so to speak. So just really standing strong with your intuition, listening and watching for the signs that will be very prevalent, more so than usual. And the other sign or the tarot card for Pisces is the High Priestess. It's your knowledge, it's your wisdom, it's bringing in and co-creating with Spirit to allow and provide that sort of life and emotion and energy and feel that you want in all areas of your life. So it's a beautiful time and it feels really inspiring and it feels like it's about time. So and then I'll talk later on, of course, but then we go into Aries and the power and the fire and the determination from anything you had decided and you had this dream or intuition about. So going back to you two, I mean, Aquarius is a fixed sign. So they're very set in their ways about even the smallest of things you wouldn't necessarily think are important, but to them they are. Very opinionated. They're all about the group. They're all about the masses. They're all about leadership and in going in a direction that's going to help everybody. Let's feed everybody. Let's make sure we all have equal amounts of income and, you know, security in this world. That is their ideal, boy, and they're going to fight for that. They're going to work as hard as they can. That's that stubborn kind of determination, fixed aspect of Aquarius. You know, it's interesting, last year we had predominance, and for many, many years, of Capricorn, the earth, the earthly, predictable, you know, conformative, kind of, you know, restrictive almost energy of having to be so authoritative, you know, certainly governments and all the higher institutions that we really don't have a whole lot of say in, but we're all working towards, especially with this Aquarian era now that we're approaching and will have for many years. And it's really about just the opposite with Aquarius. They're not that organized in that sort of way. They want to be more open to pretty much anything. They want to be inventive. They want to be original. They don't want to be the status quo. I mean, it couldn't be more opposite. So sit tight and watch it happen, boy, because when it's about Uranus, the planet of unexpected, you know, possibilities, which is what I said the moon is in right now, you know, it went into Aquarius, and then also just this whole year, and the possibilities. Uranus being the planet that rules science and medicine and these beautiful, you know, opportunities to be able to heal ourselves this year, especially with Pisces. I have to bring in the healing aspect. This is absolutely going to seal the deal that way. It doesn't matter what it is, relationship, health, your work, your finances. It's all going to come to a point where, yes, we're definitely have been doing that since the beginning of this year, and now we're going to see the tables turn, and we're going to see the results. So the two of you together with this incentive and this drive and this need for truth and justice is a beautiful, beautiful connection. And I hope it's really thriving for you both right now. But I am going to read you your specific messages from the beautiful deck of the movie tarot that I'm using. It's so wonderful. It was a gift. I just opened it up for this month of March. And it has the notable, well-known actors and actresses from very famous movies and such as the major arcana and some of the court cards. I don't remember all the names, and I do have a booklet, but it doesn't actually name all of them. So forgive me, but I'll certainly show you and let you know what the main purpose and meaning and symbolism is. So the first category is always going to be the overall energy. How are you feeling at this point in time that led you to this reading? What's going on with this relationship? What's the overall general, and it is general, right? And these are sun signs. That's our personality, our energy, our drive, our egos, the month we're born, the season. All of those things are very pertinent in who we end up being with or attracted to, because we can get along with everybody. It's just some just feel right for various reasons, and I know you know what I mean, certainly if you've had a few relationships thus far. We are going to pull this one now. I'm feeling Spirit is definitely ready to reveal your message. And you have the High Priestess. Woo! I can't. Pisces season. All the stellium happening in like 4 days. It's already happening. We've been in Pisces season. Look at that beautiful card. Wait just a doggone minute here. Who am I talking about? Because first of all, it is a major arcana. And it is what I explained to you. It is the part of all of us that Pisces is kind enough to share, right? Especially during the season of Pisces, where we all get to feel the energy of that. We become a Pisces. Is this Nuano Ryder? How do you pronounce her name? I forget, but I will let you know exactly what it came from. It says recently deceased. I believe it's the beautiful Snow White, but basically the High Priestess has that new moon right there. It's the number 2 in the tarot. It's about absolute knowing. The Fool is the 0, right? Taking this journey, starting off having full faith, knowing they're guided, knowing I'm taking the risk, I'm jumping off this cliff. Why not? That's absolutely part of the Aquarian energy too, though the star is really the symbol for Aquarius. Then you have the Magician. All the tools needed to take this journey, everything is within. And number 2, your higher power. That connection that's been there but can also be utilized on your very own. Knowing it's there, but knowing that you yourself are helping to create this. Listen to what your intuition has to say. Listen to what your dreams, the signals. I mean, Pisces are incredibly creative, but they're also very psychic. And they feel the energies of others. They understand where people are coming from. They want everybody to get along. They want that, let's roll with the punches. Let's just go with the flow is what they really want. But isn't that something that this came up? You have a lot of energy to make things happen. You need to know and feel with this relationship, it's right. You're there for a reason. It may be very faded, though, when it comes to Pisces, because that's that kind of past life kind of karmic thing that happens a lot when you're in tune or you're with somehow you have that in your chart or you're being influenced like we all are right now. But Wyona Ryder, I wasn't sure how to, I apologize. It's something I should know, but some of these names I haven't said in quite some time, but I will tell you exactly what the name of the movie is they're representing, and it is Wyona Ryder as Lydia Dietz in Beetlejuice. Okay, that goes back a long time. It's just about that absolute life lesson of knowing and just going with it and fully trusting in it. I love the idea of surrender with that as well, because when you surrender, it's not like you're giving up. You're allowing. You're actually allowing, and you're not feeling so attached or anxious or, expecting, you know. So I absolutely love this. Use that to your advantage, because it is one of the best gifts that we have. And there's that new moon showing whatever is supposed to be happening is going to be revealed. Whatever you're starting is going to be revealed. And then with that spring coming and the newness and everything starting fresh and all the planets forward, it's really, really beautiful. It's a wonderful message for you. And very synchronistic right now with what's happening in real time. So, moving along, the second category is always the overall, you know, possible blessings or obstacles that are happening thus far. And this is like a storyline for each category. And I always suggest you come back for the mid-months, because then we want to see how it's progressed from there. Is it similar? Has it reached higher? I'm sure it will. I feel so confident. If you are a regular subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and being so supportive of my channel. Please continue to like and, you know, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. It's different because I'm back to work, as I mentioned. And so your possible blessings or obstacles for the beautiful connection today and the rest of the month, including the mid-months, but you know, we'll see what that brings for Libras and beautiful Aquarians. Gorgeous combination. Very, very supportive. You have the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. That's ultimate love. That is ultimate expression of creation. It's the beginning. It's powerful new beginnings. There's that new moon influence. There's the Pisces influence. There's the watery, emotional part of every one of us. I don't care if you're air signs. Like I said, you are very capable of, you know, detaching those feelings when you need to, boy. When you're serious and you want to learn and you're structuring your life, you're trying to help others because you want to keep an even head. Yeah, that's true, but you are so full of love and so compassionate as well. And something beautiful is transpiring, and I don't know if the two of you are working together on this. Certainly the relationship could be part of it. Maybe a whole new slant on the relationship you've been in for years, or friendship, or a new partnership. That's going to be a creative endeavor that you're going to be extremely successful and emotionally satisfied about. Starting new, you know, this is the year. Last year really made us think. We had a lot of time to think. And we realized that a lot of things we were doing wasn't necessarily what we wanted to be doing in the end, and we didn't even know it until we had this very, very huge tower moment in all of our lives, which is what it takes sometimes, because we won't necessarily change our lives otherwise. This is beautiful. I had pulled this before, and I apologize. It doesn't say the name. I don't know who this is, but perhaps you do. Just hold on to that incredible once again, very, very emotionally connected spiritual influence, as well as incredible intuitive and natural ability to understand and feel what is correct, what is right in your life, what is not. Moving on, boy, moving ahead, just a gift from the universe, you know? I find that to be a blessing. I truly, truly do. And I'm excited for you. That is amazing so far. The third category is always the category of finances. And it is about money. Money is absolutely energy. And how we feel about money is how we create it and attract it into our lives or not. And I've learned that so very well. And I have a beautiful oracle, which is the Money and the Law of Attraction by Abraham Hicks. So they're just an amazing entity and oracle that teaches us things, because we all are connected and we all want to know, right? And we do, but we get these reminders, right? And these beautiful messages that can help to inspire us and keep us moving in the right direction. Your beautiful message for your finance category. I don't know what to say. I am so beautifully happy and inspired right now with this reading. It's the Two of Wands. It's about this partnership. It's about fired up energy and motivation and knowing with this gift that's coming in, you're going to utilize it. You see it very clearly. You see it in your third eye, which is what this whole thing about the High Priestess is about. You feel it, you see it, and you know, you create it, basically. You've been creating it. And now we're bringing it into physical form. So you're extremely passionate about this. You are having a partnership. If it's love, fantastic. If it's work, it's very strong. It's a great relationship because you're going to both be inspired. You're both on the same page. And it's going to bring you some real important, beautiful revelations about money. Opportunities to make it. Maybe 2 ways to make money. Maybe a second income. This doesn't necessarily mean your main job, but another avenue for money. It's Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries energy. As I said, we're entering into Aries. You can sort of kind of feel that energy starting with spring. Everybody gets that way. You just get kind of, the days get longer. You know, this weekend on the 14th is the daylight saving for the North American side of the world. I'm just, oh boy, it seems like it's coming quickly. That energy is fast. It's a fast moving energy with the fire. Make it, believe it, and achieve it. I can only say that because I know you get this. You're already doing it. This is a wonderful reading. And it's just about movement and making things move. And I feel like there's a fast movement here. But it started with this belief. It started with knowing and feeling and emotionally knowing what you can create in this life and never doubting that. And then the gifts come in and it becomes a reality. So, fantastic reading. Really happy to give that to you, you know. Even the ones that are challenging to talk about are so important, right? Because they're just giving us some guidelines and they're kind of saying, okay, this is a possibility. Be prepared, but don't give up. No, we all go through challenges. If we've gotten through last year, well, don't ever say that, but yeah, we can make anything right. Just don't give up, right? You don't have a give up spirit, neither of you do. Neither Libra nor Aquarius. But I'm going to move on to the beautiful oracle messages. And this is for every single Libra and every one of your relationships, in addition to the highlighted now, because you have all sorts of relationships, and you know that. And I know that you're a social person generally, even the ones that are homebodies. You still love those connections, boy. It means a lot to you. And so this is actually the, where to go? Interesting. The wisdom of the oracle. You know, yesterday some things fell. Whoops, here it is. As I was getting up, which is fine. Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Reed. Beautiful, beautiful spiritual leader and teacher for many years. She has a wonderful channel as well. And she created these cards in many decks. And so this is a special message for you for this month, okay? To take with you and to really kind of, let's just see if you're vibing with it and you resonate. I pray that you do. Clean it up. Okay, well, that's interesting because as a Libra, all of January, I had gotten the inspiration, I think on the 5th of January. I saw another video, or it was actually a, good heavens, my words aren't coming today. It was a documentary, a second one, on these wonderful 2 guys that are minimalists. Now, they're to the extreme, but they just reminded me how last year I wanted to get rid of so much while I was not doing as much. And I couldn't because I didn't have any place to bring it. And so January 5th on to the end of the month, before they lifted the, mandate of not being able to work again, every day I was just like, boom, 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 as much as I could. Because I had to keep them in separate bags I could carry and such. But there were places to bring it. My house is transformed completely after 18 years. I couldn't even imagine this was going to happen. I wanted it to. I thought about it so long and hard. There's an example. But you have to really feel it and know, okay, I'm going to be patient because it's not the right time, but it's going to happen. And that's where I was going. Clean it up is what I immediately think of. And I think I pulled this one other time. It's number 21, which is a 3, which is about perfecting and actually really, in any way, like the 3 of Pentacles, for example. Well, the 3 of Swords is about just removing things that aren't working and that you've been hurt by and moving forward, of course. But 3s in general are about production and help, and community and people working with you to get to that point that you want, the higher point, the finishing touches, right? And so clean it up. In the book itself says your message is, like I said, 21, that's towards about middle. Kind of a Libra thing. They're mediators most of the time. I was the middle child as well. Let's see here. Essential meanings: getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. Oh my gosh, it's a natural thing that I think a lot of us do, the spring cleaning. You know, like I said, you got a little more light, you're getting that energy, it's been a winter, you're kind of like hibernating. We do. Our bodies change, things change. We couldn't do a lot at the beginning of the month, or certainly the first month. A lot of us couldn't. We're still kind of just working our way, healing, you know, making things the way we want them to be, slowly but surely, and they are. And that's the most beautiful information, I think, in regards to the beginning of the reading, leading you up to knowing that, yeah, get rid of it, boy. You don't need it. Not with what's coming for you. It's going to be in your way in excess. The message, though: ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Can you be surrounded? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home? Well, I certainly was. Also, too much work, overwhelmed, time to clean house. Every item out of place naders away at you. I'm not sure about that word. Every item out of place naders away at you. Okay. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up an energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. Basically kind of what we're saying, right? If you allow that space and you make an empty space, literally and figuratively, like in your closet, when you start, watch people start sending you things. This is what's been happening. My friend said, oh, I went to the flea market. I said, I don't want to go near a flea market. But it's so cool because they're wonderful and you can buy things for other people that are really unique. So anyway, and that's what kind of buzzing is happening, right? People are getting out more and being safe, but knowing that, yeah, we can do that. We're starting to get that point again. So that's that beautiful message for you, Libra. And yeah, I don't think you even need to be told that if you're like me right now. It's just, it was just a knowing it had to happen. And this is the year. Last year it couldn't be done. So we're going to go on to your next category, which is also an oracle, which is animal medicine cards, because I'm very intrigued and I'm becoming more in tune with the messages and the guidance of our animal spirits and our pets. You know, I mean, they're so full of wisdom and they know so much. They make me laugh. And they're such good companions, you know, sometimes. Yeah, they get on your nerves, but you know you love them. They're family, right? So let's see what particular beautiful message is coming up for your animal medicine guide today. And it is the salmon. Ooh, I love salmon. Do you like salmon? It's really good for you too, for those that eat salmon. Well, there's the Pisces influence. There's the water in you, you know, and I have a Pisces rising. You may very well, a lot of Libras watching, you may have some water in your chart. It wouldn't be surprising. I mean, you've got 12 planets total in addition to your sun, so you're so much more than your sun. And so if you have these really gut feelings and this real inclination to just really sit and go and study spirituality, become more involved in it, you know, become one with spirit, as they say, it's because of this influence that's really, really potent, especially this month. And so why not? But it's a really pretty card. And I honestly don't remember picking this one since I've started using this deck. So let us see what salmon has to say. I feel like, you know, the salmon go every year knowing intuitively, once again, where to go, you know, when they go up this huge, I don't even know all the details, but, you know, I think you've heard about that as well. That's a phenomenon right there, as life is filled with them. Intuition, gumption, return to source. Let it go, just allow. Salmon swims upstream against the current with strong instinct and great strength. Salmon is unperturbed by others moving the opposite way with the flow. Salmon wisdom shows you how to push past seemingly impossible odds to attain a goal. Emotions and circumstances shift like the changing water or weather. Salmon teaches you to use the power of intuition and resolution to be unswayed by external forces. That's always a real, real strong lesson, isn't it? And then the secret to salmon's stamina is that the goal is always guided by and aligned with a returning to the source. So I don't know what this means to you particularly. There's a variance that's longer than I could even imagine, but I know that it's all leading to this beautiful synchronistic reading about the first card, your High Priestess, sticking with what you know, and you truly do. And then with this gorgeous, phenomenal strength and energies coming with all of the planets in Pisces, which is about your intuition, about your psychic knowledge, about going with the flow, for heaven's sakes, and just letting it happen. It's hard sometimes. The mind of a Libra is like, nope, I got to figure this out, and I have to make sure this side and that person's thinking this, and I can do that. Constant, right? Not the time. Go deeper and touch your emotional side. Go to your heart. Ask for that guidance to do so. And you're going to just have the most amazing things coming through. It's already happening. I know it is for a lot of you, and it is for me too. It really is. So I'm going to finish with the Super Attractor Manifestation card. And this is beautiful because it's about bringing into the life, imagining and feeling your life and bringing it to fruition, making it occur. Okay, so your card, which is gorgeous, is when I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. I don't know how much more perfect that could be for you, Libra, and I know that you want this, and I know you're going to have a better, easier time, even with the challenges that I myself have experienced. I bring a lot of them on. I think I make things a little more harder at times than I need to, and I'm ready to give that up. So I'm just saying this is absolutely perfect. There you have the new moon right there to guide you. And just the tree of knowledge right there, and the planting of it, and grounding yourself and trusting in Earth and Mother Gaia to be there for you and support you. I hope you enjoy this reading. If you want to subscribe, I would love that. It's just the more the merrier. YouTube loves it. I don't have a lot of subscribers, and I'm okay with that because I'm going to do this anyway. It's done from my heart. I've done it for years. I have private readings I'm doing right now as I leave. I just truly want to share messages with you. That's what I do. And I hope that you resonate, but if not, just give it some time. You've got this time, and I would say for sure after this new moon, things are really going to open up in ways you have no idea about, perhaps, or no. So take care. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, and until next time, bye for now.